Welcome to Shore Perspectives, a community feature of WESR Radio, featuring everyday people sharing a slice of life from their perspective.
Hi, my name is Bill Bannon. I'm from Greenbush. I was drafted into the Army in 1967. I spent 13 months in Vietnam, and I was with the 1st Infantry Division when I first got there, and I was later, which was stationed, my base camp was north of Saigon, about 20 miles. And after that, I was transferred down to 2 Field Force, which was in Long Binh, South Vietnam, and spent my time with them either down in the Delta around the 9th Infantry's area of operations in the Delta, or up north toward the Cambodian border with the 1st Cavalry Division, the 1st Infantry Division, and the 25th Infantry Division. I supported all 3 of those divisions up there.
I asked Mr. Bannon what it was like coming home to the United States after his service in Vietnam.
Well, if you consider being cussed at, thrown sticks at, spit on, had eggs thrown in your face, your tires punctured on your vehicle, if you classify that as being welcomed, I was, yes. Matter of fact, it was about 35 years after I left Vietnam before somebody finally told me, "Welcome home." When I got back, it was a very it took me 2 weeks or so before I could actually sleep, because the noises that we had here are totally different than the noises I was used to over there. Cars, guns on the street, echoing. You didn't get echoing like you had in the jungle. We didn't have cars running around the middle of rice paddies. And so a lot of the sounds that people hear day in and day out here don't impact them the way they did me, because those sounds were not sounds that I heard over there. So that kept me on edge, because it was something new. And after time, I got used to hearing the noises here and could relax a little bit.
Do you think that there are some things that a veteran never gets over?
Oh yeah, no question. There's a lot in my background that I'll never forget. When you're right there and you see your buddy shot, or you see somebody hit with a mortar round or a rocket round or something like that, it's not a nice thing to see, so to speak.
Does that perspective on life and death and how quickly things can change impact how you treat other people, knowing that something can happen at any moment to anybody?
I would say yes, because we know what's going to happen in that environment. A lot of the people here in the United States have never been in an environment where they can be quiet 1 minute and deep in kimchi the next. So it's one of those things where I can feel a lot more comfortable not trying to antagonize than somebody else might. They might think it's fun, or they might think it's interesting. To me, it could be extremely deadly. And I had several of my friends that were confronted when they got back, and they didn't take it calmly. The thing that most people from here don't recognize is what we've gone through. And they think it's funny, they think it's cute, they think it's stupid, they think it's politically incorrect. Well, it may be politically incorrect, but if you're in combat, it's correct. A lot of legal order to go and perform that duty. And there were times where I had to perform that duty here in the United States against Americans. But it was protection. And, you know, if they wanted to spit at me, or like a policeman, the same scenario. That was what I was there for during the riots. You know, I'm there trying to protect the citizens of the United States. The highest medal that I've got on that uniform is Bronze Star with Valor. And we won't talk about why I got it, but they thought that I deserved it. And actually, I was put in for a Silver Star, but since I refused a Purple Star, or Purple Heart, they downgraded it to a Bronze Star for V. So my mother asked me not to come home with a Purple Heart, so I didn't. I have been a life member of the American Legion for 30 some odd years. It's not the dues that we pay to belong, it's what the price to be eligible.
Mr. Bannon invites all honorably discharged veterans to their local American Legion Post on the Eastern Shore, Virginia, Chincoteague, Parksley, Anacog, or Eastville, or online at legion.org.
I'd like people to remember that we're there to protect America, just like they should be there to protect America. We're all American citizens, and we may be politically different, we may be socially different, we may be different in many areas, but we're American citizens and we should support America at all costs. I know a lot that have.
Thank you for your service.
It was an honor to serve.
For Shore Perspectives and WESR Radio, I'm Kelley Gaskell.